Yep.
Just gonna reset my time. I don't know if it was start. But yeah, I'm ready just after I do this. It should start now. Ready?
Oh, come on, I where?
Audible, let's go.
I even ran an ad break at the start so that wouldn't happen. Bruh.
Jamming ads.
GLGL.
I guess I'll rock up here. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing good on this fine Friday afternoon.
Cola. Must get Buzz Cola.
A big shout out to all my adoring fans out there. You know who you are.
I found my lost nachos.
We have the best console runner, the Finnish sensation, the fantastic Finn, Baconman12, and we have Quimby.
Mission complete. Go back home and talk.
Let's do this thing. Woohoo! All right.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an interesting race. It would have been an awful lot closer if Bacon was on console, but Quimby can get anything between like a 123 and a 131, and we don't even know what he's gonna get when he starts Homer 2. He could start it at like a 123 pace and end it with a 131. You never know. It's just the kind of runner Quimby is. He's got a good early game so far. 206 SMRT, pretty solid. Bacon obviously gonna have longer loads, so it makes sense where he has, you know, slipped behind a bit, but that is pretty much what makes his seating fair in this race. He gets hit and run here. Pretty okay, champ. Kind of want a high hit and run meter going into the school there, just because of how, you know, it means you've hit a lot of things and you're not going to get busted. So as long as you can optimize the amount of trash coins you're getting, it makes sense. So with console, we're going to see a few less restart missions compared to Quimby. I think it's quicker to like run out with like the house after the cutscene and things like that on console, just because the time it takes to load a mission is really slow. It's why in any percent for console there's more missions done, because some are only done in PC any percent because the load times are quick and they're taken out of the timer. Quimby getting a decent inhaler time from what I saw. Bacon is gonna get like a 4-minute inhaler time, pretty slow. Obviously, the segment timer is just Bacon's IL time.
Ladies, look in your face. You should be in Cannonball Run.
It's pretty solid from both runners so far. Quimby getting a 355 petty theft, very solid. Bacon gonna get what looks like a 412 inhaler pickup, 411, yes. Not sure how that would rank in the list of console inhaler pickups, but you never know. It could be good, could be bad. Who knows?
Can you come and get me?
I, of course, do have a spot in the commentary booth if anybody would like to join me. I'll step aside and let you speak.
It's rushing.
I promise. You'll get at least 2 words in.
Sweet. I blame society. Let's see you do better. A few more.
Quimby doing Plow King. Pretty sure Bacon will not. Although on low FPS, I think the glass truck is also viable compared to a normal Ute and minivan. I believe you can take the glass truck. Quimby here, not getting the 2 hit, getting the 3 hit. Unfortunate, but it happens. And Bacon driving to a mission. Quimby got a okay office space. He probably won't be too pleased, but it's decent. Quimby pressing the button because it keeps him on the same cycle. If you miss button jump, you can still just jump onto a platform and you get like the normal slower cycle. But if you press the button, you will be still on the fast cycle. So it's just a case of the easier thing. The safer route, press the button and still give yourself a backup. Whereas if you didn't do that, you'd miss like 2 cycles compared to button jump. Bacon slightly slow there with the destruction, which is kind of surprising considering he's on 50 FPS. Normally destruction missions are slightly faster because lower FPS you can do more damage. Yeah, it's a very decent start from Quimby here. Cool. You and Bacon messing up the cycles very little. He fell off.
Rushing time. Nothing lasts forever.
Bacon quite rightly says that this is not it. It is definitely not it. It is not the run. Unfortunately, I am poor in donuts now after my incorrect prediction earlier. Very unfortunate. And Quimby's coins are okay for a little low, but they're perfectly acceptable.
Oh, man. In your face. Woohoo! Mr. Bird.
Marge Simpson at your service.
Sweet.
Hope I don't have to pay for that.
Learn to drive, you dumbass.
You almost nicked me. That's not very nice. Setting the bill for Homer.
Quimby having a very good bone storm here. Got the shortcut. Quite good, quite good.
Nothing lasts forever.
Look away, people. Nothing to say. If only.
I'm so talented and good looking. I need your help. Hey, Homer. Let's do this thing.
He's gonna have low 11 OX for sure for Quimby. Maybe a very high 10, but I doubt it. I think it's gonna be maybe an 11 OX, maybe 1101, 1100, 1101.
D. Montgomery. Oh, that was too easy.
I gotta get the.
And yeah, it looks like it was a
Your service.
1059, just proving me wrong. It looked like it was gonna be a high 10, low 11.
Afraid not. Afraid not.
It's definitely a good Homer 1 for Quimby. He's half a second green so far.
All right. I don't remember this being here before. That was totally awesome. Thanks a lot, Mr. Break My Legs. Gator killer. Oh, this is too cool for school. Just give me a sec to catch my breath. Too late. And the crowd goes wild.
Bacon's Homer 1, however, is not as good as Quimby's. Quimby's was really solid.
By me.
Even taken into account, like, being on console, I don't think Bacon will be terribly happy with his run so far.
Don't have a cow, man. Woo, nice one. You're all mine.
It looks like his best is a low 12, so
All for Mart.
getting the like 13, well, like 12:40. It's like 40 seconds behind, so
Sorry, Bob. Let's hit the town.
will Bacon get a sports car? He will. Quimby did not, however, in either split, and he's currently in a taxi,
Whoa,
which is not.
one
It
doesn't.
is. Quimby is now red purely because of a taxi.
I fought the law and
Taxi bad.
man knows all. What were you thinking? Hey, Jabba. No problemo.
Warp speed.
Wait, now I'm losing.
You're banned from my store.
That was totally awesome. Hey, you were supposed to eat my dust. Whoa, wicked. You cheated, cheater. Don't forget to ride.
Well, that just got a little.
Quimby is doing decently in Vox here. I didn't see if he got a wasp, but he's gonna go for hospital. And it looks like he got that wasp there, so his coins are perfectly fine at this point. Even if he get that, is he gonna have to settle for a taxi again? He doesn't want to. Oh, and this sports car could be getting away. He's gonna run after it, and he gets it. Very nice, yeah.
I gotta play. You got it. If I didn't play so many video games, I'd be in better shape. Ugh, my ovaries.
So, Axie, how do you feel about the race so far? Well, Axie, I just feel like it's been a
Remember this being here.
pretty decent race so far, for Quimby's end anyway. He's a little behind PB now, but I know his runs are usually very green, so he can definitely recover some time. Thank you for asking the insightful question, Axie. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, who do you think will win, Axie? I think the obvious answer here is Quimby. He's a top tier runner. 125 is his PB, and console is kind of capped out. I think if Quimby can get at least like a 127, I don't think Bacon will be able to compete just because of the load differences. If Bacon was on PC, however, I would have gone for Bacon. That was another great question there, Axie. Thank you for asking. Insightful as ever.
Hey, Snake, what's up?
Let me ask you a question. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. I've never heard that one before.
Now I'm satellite.
But Crooked, if you're free, you can join me in the comms booth. You know, there's a lovely little spot just underneath my name that you can slip in.
Hey there, Mr. Bart Simpson at your service.
So, where are we in the race? Quimby is 16 seconds red. He was green before 2-1 and 2-2. Saved a tiny bit of time in 2-3. Lost another 6 seconds in 2-4. And is currently, you know,
Woo, nice one.
so yeah, we have Quimby Bay going at it.
Mine. Oh, mine.
rope someone in. And yeah. Man, you can really see the loads on console. I'm so great. Like, my loads are bad on PC, but I'm grateful that they're nowhere near as bad as console loads. Like, I can deal with like a minute and a half over a run, but I'm not sure how anybody can cope with like the amount of loads that you have to do for console. The fact that Bacon intentionally joined the tournament on console and has to pull up with that every race. Oof. Kind of wild, you know?
That was totally awesome. I need your trouble.
Hello, hello. Is this
Hello,
Fine by me.
welcome, welcome. Are you two-timing Shah by playing BFBB again?
I'm not actually supposed to.
All right.
I'm learning another speedrun.
Oh, is that 12-hour speedrun?
Yes, it is.
See, that versus a 12-hour all categories race when? Quimby getting the Wasper at the courthouse, I believe that building is.
Whoa, wicked. I don't remember this being here before.
I wonder if he's got the little GIF.
I don't know if he does. Hey, Axe, I've only been half paying attention to the race so far. You want to catch me up on what's been happening?
So Quimby had a really good Homer one. He was half a second green.
Wow.
Got a 10:59. But his Bart one has been sloppy to say the least. He lost 18 seconds, sorry, in the first two splits. Saved a little bit of time in Vox, like a couple of seconds, and then lost another 10 in the next two splits. So he is comparing to a 12:22, so
Please? Gotta work.
it is speedy. But Bacon had a bad Hummel one,
I am the king.
and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to BRB a few minutes.
Here's your last
Oh, so
memo.
I come on comms and you immediately leave me alone. Alright, that's cool. Well, Quimby's on sellouts. Gets
Yeah, baby. Bring
a
it
good first car.
on. Woo, nice one. Out of my way, man.
I didn't see. I'm assuming Bacon didn't main menu warp because it's like really slow on console. So he's not getting freebies.
I hope that was expensive.
Where will Quimby choke this run? I mean, Bart 1 cutscene skip is coming up.
Is that more often?
So I think that's a good bet. Also, this is a decent why wouldn't, well, okay, it's not such a great sellout.
Oh, my skull. My beautiful skull.
Probably not gonna be a 4x. But still not bad.
Oops.
Oh, and Bacon gets hit and run as he has to back up for a monkey that he missed. That is very unfortunate. Quimby is coming up to Bard 1 cutscene skip.
Oh, yeah. I
We'll see if he gets it or not.
Hello, drivers.
And he gets it. Let's go. I believe he only recently changed to 180 FPS and was kind of worried about cutscene skips. But he'll probably be happy that he got it. especially because they're pretty much free for Bacon.
Won't question the value of recycling. Now these are recyclable.
Oh God.
I need speed, more speed.
And I look away for 2 seconds, and Quimby gets launched by the arm. All right.
Now can you tell me if you see my pointy-headed nuisance?
Meanwhile, Bacon is on sellouts. Gets a good hit on the second car.
Sweet.
Yeah, that was a really good second car. Destruction at 350, or yeah, 350 or 451. I don't know what the number is.
Recyclable. I hope those were recyclable.
Oh yeah, without that traffic. Oh, it's still a 641. Yeah, that's very good.
Phew, I should have paid more attention in the gym. Millhouse, let's just do this thing. And that was efficient. Millhouse?
Oh yeah, and another console difference. Bacon buys cool here. I'm assuming, yeah, because for Hellfish, warping is probably a lot slower than just walking out. I think buying cool early only loses a couple seconds. Warping is faster on console. I mean, well, in that case, I'm confused as to why he bought cool early.
Oh dear.
Loading the buy menu is slow there. That's very interesting.
I'm ambulatory again. Lightly. Easy as pie. The number, that is.
Hopefully my store will not be robbed more than 4 times while I am driving around today.
Lisa Simpson at your service.
This is not good for my insurance. Human crickets! Oh no! I am a lead! Vindaloo seed!
Quimby gets bonfire as you would expect.
This is a convenient power.
But yeah, Quimby has a
This is not good for my insurance.
fairly big lead at this point.
But Bart's still missing, and I'm no closer to finding him.
Perhaps you should consult
Do we have any predictions in chat as to what Axe is up to and when he might come back? I'd like to hear everyone's opinions.
Professor Easy as pie. The number, that is.
Sneezing. Also, Bacon doing 3-2 in sports in sports car. I guess one of the reasons is that ESS doesn't exist on console.
Wow. I need to work on my cardio. Sorry, not the car.
And he doesn't get beach. I'm not sure if that means that he's gonna skip it entirely or that he's just gonna get it later in Hellfish or Limo. And welcome back, Axington.
Hello, hello. Sorry, I wasn't expecting a call for another couple of hours, but yeah.
Alright.
But what did I miss?
Quimby got launched by the arm, but it only lost some time.
Ah, not too bad.
Watch where you're going. Just a few more.
Quimby getting a nice hellfish, almost sub 2.
Excuse me. Let's just do this thing.
Trend 1. Counterfeit designer jeans. The foulest of all crimes.
Sub 2 is usually very, well, quite good. For my level, it would be like a gold by a few seconds, but the Quimby's level, it's like, okay, I got another sub 2 hellfish.
Without license.
Thank goodness for seatbelts.
What's a big idea?
Yeah, I think at that kind of level, like a low 1.5x would be like a really
'Cause,
good
bruh,
hellfish.
Lisa Simpson,
Quimby, oh no. Oh no, that was disastrous. Where he got caught up on a traffic car and he knew that he was gonna fail, so he just restarted a
no.
mission. That was pretty awful. So what happened was he went to hang back by the pelican crossing, as you should, no, the zebra crossing, sorry, as you should do. And there was a traffic car like kind of there. He hit it. He then went like round the phone booth kind of thing, and then went to just go back onto the road normally. And then the traffic car just slid into his way and went, nope, not going that way.
He did get a nice sideways manipure though.
Police business. Moving.
That is why, like, you know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Someone call the cops.
Ooh, not a good second hellfish car for Bacon. He manages to back it up somewhat, but losing a bit of time there.
hello, Springfield. One fish delivered to a happy home. Have a good life. Time to move. Plenty of good living here. Never be fried and served with tartar sauce. Next time, watch out for nets. They'll be turned for the wild.
Yeah, this has been this was a solid run up until that point for Quimby. Although he was a little red, we all know that he can easily like make a lot of time back in his mid to late game.
Yeah. Quimby's been on a lot of very good paces recently.
Freedom, my cold-blooded friends.
So even if like not every part of the run goes perfectly, he can still get a really good time.
But unfortunately, this is starting to like slip away from him. He does have like he has like what, an 11-10 Homer 2, so that's a minute there he could save, so as long as he stays within like a minute, he can still
Ooh, this limo strat
PB.
does not look like it's gonna work. Yeah, he's gonna restart. That's very unfortunate. And this, oh no, it's buffering. What is happening? We don't know.
Oh
Okay, this
no,
looks better.
not Australian internet.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, you go through. You do that strat as well, don't you? The
Yeah. I like it a lot. I'm like almost 100% consistent with it, which I never was with Fast Limo.
Oh, Quimby not
Oh.
getting boat jump, but he's gonna go back and get it.
Yeah.
They were in almost identical positions there for a second.
Okay, he gets it. Not a good 3-7 from Quimby. Is he gonna go for small Bart? Only one kick. That's not gonna cut it.
I'll do my best. Oh, door bugs.
But now, of course, he's on to the mission he's known for. We'll see if he can get another console.
Yeah, it's definitely his best mission in the game, really.
Yeah.
But if he's not getting comp sub, what's the point?
Ooh, yeah, I don't think that's gonna become sub. But he does get the strat, which it's not too
Strat
bad.
is cool.
Yeah.
Now I wish I had a chance. Let's do this thing. Okay, Marge, stick to the plan. I swear I used to be a better runner. Why, Ribby? Marge in charge. Excuse. I'll do my best.
There we go. Finally got a sneeze.
Yeah, I know the fans have been demanding a sneeze all day. Talking about com subs, did you know there is one split in the ASM com sub which is held by a non-sub 130 runner?
Is there? Which one is it?
FMJ.
Oh yeah, I thought so. Cola Truck is like just shy of sub 130, right?
Yes, correct. Of course, as soon as I said FMJ, your interest was piqued.
Yeah, I feel like I've asked this before, but I think his comm sub doesn't get ESS, so technically it's not optimal.
I'm not sure, I think it does.
If it does, then that's insane, because I think it's like a 30, right?
It's a 30, yeah.
Yeah, I thought someone said it didn't, but
Not sure.
yeah,
I think if it didn't, Vapor would have taken it off a long time ago.
yeah.
But also, he's just insane at
Mhm.
FMJ, so...
Also, this is not looking good for Bacon. He tried to go for the backup there, but had to reset his car and has to reset it again. Yeah, he's losing a lot of time here.
Yeah, he's already like 2 minutes behind Quimby, and that was with Quimby failing a mission, so... if Quimby hadn't failed sleuthing, it would be almost a 3-minute gap, if not longer. And Bacon doing the early inmate strat here, which
Mhm.
makes sense, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the route differences on console, but most of it is just avoiding long loading screens, I think.
Pretty much, yeah. There's a couple of times where you run out of interiors instead of restarting a mission just because it's faster to run out than restart.
Hmm.
But I believe you're, what, one of two non-sub 130 runners left in Returney?
Maybe. I have not been paying attention to that at all, so I wouldn't know.
I think it's just you and Top Hat now. Now that Tilbert got eliminated.
Right. And Top Hat is racing Caleb, I think. So there is a chance it'll just be me soon. And then I'll race Spruce.
Yes. For sure, but you could win that.
That is true. But Spruce is known for his consistency.
Who'd have thought that losing the first match would give you an easier road in the bracket?
Yeah, maybe that was my plan all along.
Because Top Hat, well, he got a win over LP3 by forfeit, and then he has to face Caleb and then Slend. Like,
Hmm.
Everyone better stay out of my way.
that's a pretty tough reward for winning a match, you know?
Yeah.
Great, more liberal guild. I'll clean that up later. I can touch the sky.
Please don't sue us again.
Yeah, I got my mojo working now.
Grandpa, Marge Simpson, at your service. Road rage building.
Come back here.
Smashy, smashy.
Look at me, I'm flying.
Nuts. I should pay more attention. I should pay more attention.
Time to move. I go, girl.
I need some road rage.
Quimby missing a drop there. He's got to be careful to be not fail glitched, but
Yeah. But he
kind of
seems
shows.
close enough, Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of shows like after the fourth drop, the fifth drop kind of area, it's kind of hard to get fail glitched.
Hmm.
The most frequent one is going across the bridge into a fifth drop. Anything after that, and it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Don't think I won't sue.
Oh, sure hope no one saw that.
Whee!
I feel like Marge is actually a very boring level. Like, as much as there are different strats, it's very boring.
Yeah, there are a lot of like just follow missions and drive around missions and stuff like that. Also, Quimby is in chat. Hello, Quimby.
Yeah, you've basically got what, 2 follow missions? You've got a very short drive mission.
Hmm. You've got Cola Wars, which is not
Yeah,
the most exciting level mission.
Ketchup Logic is kind of boring though.
I don't know. I've kind of come to enjoy Catch-Up Logic because I don't know, getting everything right and conserving your speed can be very satisfying.
I had no idea.
Oh, Bacon getting the wasp.
Very nice.
I guess, but it's still kind of boring. It's like,
Yeah, it's not the most exciting mission, but at least there's you really notice
Need a Long Island ice.
how much optimizing your driving matters in that mission. In other missions, you don't notice it as much, but because you have such a slow car, it's pretty noticeable in that one, I think.
I feel like that's kind of what makes it a bit to me. Like in 4.2, Baclita's truck drives without a limiter on.
Yeah,
And then, like, in 4.3, suddenly it abides by all the laws of the road. And it's like, bruh,
it's very
you're gonna
unfair.
go from zoom in like 8th gear to plodding about in 2nd gear, like, doing me dirty like that.
Definitely.
Cola
breaks the
Trucks is just... Cola Trucks is just frustrating.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about how 4.3 feels unfair with the speed of a Cletus truck compared to 4.2.
Need a Long Island iced tea. Slow and steady wins the race. I'll bet who knows who's selling the cola. Who? Everyone better
Bacon says this run is okay. I'm not sure how he is compared to PD. But yeah, I think
I don't know either.
not too much has gone wrong for him so far.
Did have a bit of a sloppy early game, but I guess that's for Bacon's standards. Yeah.
get you evil cola buyers and distributors. It was an accident. I hope I don't have to
As Bacon says, his home one was bad. But I'm glad Lambton can join us in the chat after having to leave earlier to get a carpet delivery. Oh, you was collecting carpet? Oh, my bad.
Big difference. Glad we could clear that up.
Yeah. What color carpet was it? Also, Quimby got in a decent second truck there. Cream carpet.
Green.
Okay.
do love me some cream colored carpets.
I'm sure you like some cream colored carpet.
Decent third truck for Quimby as well. Oh, it's beige. Okay, no, I hate beige.
Cricket's whole attitude just changing as soon as Lambton says it's beige. Like, oh yeah, I like cream-colored carpets. But you know it's beige. Oh my god, beige? Are you insulting my family? Beige is okay. Like,
My precious cola, Marge.
Of course you would say that.
To take off my shirt in the station locker room.
Yeah,
I
Quimby,
don't actually have any carpet.
Yeah, me neither. Quimby leaves Marge at, what was that, 50-39 or something?
Yeah, plus 116. He lost exactly 1.1 seconds in March.
Just between me and you, random object. I can see my house from here. What the hell were you thinking, sir?
When I was a kid, we had green carpet. Like,
Oh,
Bacon doing an interesting strat here.
yeah, that's, well, it works. The truck blew itself up after a while.
Yeah, slightly slow, but it was cool looking.
Yeah. We used to have brown carpet in our flat when I was a kid.
Karma. Oh, hi. Thank you. Come again.
Or in our house, rather.
And we had green, and some rooms had purple carpet. Like,
Pornography in the vital magazines. Hope I have room in my pants for this.
as far as like carpet colors go, green and purple are not A tier. Bacon getting this back up. Oh, that was very solid. Holy smokes, that was a incredible backup. Points are good.
I smashed my skull. Ha! Clean up in aisle one.
See, my favorite word in the English dictionary is indubitably.
Why is
Such a
that?
good word. It just sounds amazing, like, you know.
That's true. It's have a nice ring to it. Also, Bacon is gonna get a 54 Marge. I don't know how good that is in terms of console. Like,
I
don't-
think it's worse than his PB. I'm gonna guess it's worse.
yeah, it seems like sub 130 would be difficult with this.
Yeah, but it's Bacon.
Yeah, that's true. Bacon
Like-
is a bit gamer.
Yeah, he's a bit nutty when it comes to gaming. Well, Bacon's either incredibly good at games or incredibly bad at games from what I've seen on when he does like blind runs of games. He can either be really good or, or not very good at all.
Right.
His PB was at 53:39, so
Hopefully my store will not be
about
Seems
a
like-
minute
more time till I am driving.
behind.
Right. And what's his PB again?
129.28.
Okay, so I guess with like a really good late game, there's still a chance for sub 130.
Loses like 23 seconds in part 2 to his PB, so there's a chance.
Mhm.
Oh, Andy just copying what I said.
Die quickly. I feel like I'm coming.
Yeah, Quimby having a decent baby van there.
Mhm. Always nice to see.
Oh, I had better hurry. Last time I left this store, hoodlums put pornography in the bridal magazines. Hurry up or my enraged bride will chastise me. Clean up in aisle one. Shiva smiles on such behavior. Put this here.
Quimby getting the donuts, the hardest strat in the game.
Fresh air is somewhat confusing.
Getting out of his car to get this wasp here. Pretty free to do.
Sure, if you know what you're doing, it is. And can he get the double?
He can.
Gets the double.
He
Cool.
got all of the wasps in this area.
He does not need to sadly warp now.
Yeah.
Coins are pretty hot.
Move your clumsy vehicle. Come to Papa, random object. I am the greatest driver in all the land. Hey, hand over you. I must admit, the smell of fresh air is much more pleasing than the odor of the hot dog machine.
Oh, Quimby gets a very nice spruce turnaround there.
Yeah, the spruce turnaround does make a lot of things easier
Yeah.
for this mission.
And there's one of those console differences. Bacon driving to baby van instead of warping.
Yeah, it's definitely faster for him there. Makes sense for him to do.
Just give me a minute.
So Quimby is still on decent pace considering everything that's happened so far.
Mhm.
He's just over a minute red, which pretty much is that sweet spot as we said earlier about the Homer 2 time save. His bar 2 seems really solid though, so don't know how much time he's gonna save there.
Yeah,
A
it'll be
10-10.
It'll be interesting to see how much time he can make up.
Yeah, I feel like he's already the losing fail kind of cost him any chance of PB, but
Yeah. Oh, maybe he gets the Homer 2 of his life. He has
Maybe.
been
oh no,
Bacon failed
Bacon!
5-4. Oh, no.
no!
Definitely the cursed mission of this tournament.
I feel like he started the 5-1, 5-4 fails as well in the tournament, but
Yeah, you hate to see it.
so one thing I noticed when Bacon got zapped, there was almost like a lightning effect.
Yeah, I saw
On the
that
screen.
too. Maybe that was like a frame perfect console thing or something.
Maybe. I'm not sure how often it happens. I have heard rumors before about it being a thing.
This look easy. Nice try, foolish driver. Awesome to the max.
The rumor mill, you know?
Quimby gets, well, oh, that might get out. I'm not sure. Well, he got obstructed by a boat Quimby truck of all things. A little bit.
Hurry up or my arranged drivers chastise me.
Yeah, and it got out. Oh, and Bacon testing the theories about the 5-4 crash. Not sure if anyone's ever had it on console.
I'm not
It's even
sure.
possible.
Sweet acceleration.
This looks like a decent armored truck backup for Quimby.
For sure, yeah. So many times I've seen people like do a subpar armor truck backup, but that one seemed to be decent enough, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the backup strats that you want to practice in this game.
Yeah. It's far enough into a run that you don't want to like restart because of it, but it's also
Yeah.
something that people inevitably do just because they haven't done it. You can easily get a I think I got a 245 backup, which is only like what 20-25 seconds slower. And in reality, that shouldn't cost many people PB, losing 25 seconds to a split.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you get to like the Gordos, the Derricks and stuff, then it will start costing them PBs. But
Of course. Yeah, everyone misses armor truck sometimes, so you don't want to be losing like a minute to it with a bad backup. Also,
for sure,
Quimby
yeah.
gets stuck in the gazebo a little bit. See if you can get the God Curator. Oh, that was
Ooh.
close. Just slipped out. But there's no parked car, so yeah. Gets a backup.
That was pretty good. That was better than the curators that we saw in earlier's races.
That's true.
Perfection.
Quimby mashing and misses cutscene
Oh
skip.
no,
No.
bruh.
Oh god. Definitely a bit of a bra moment.
Quimby, Quimby, Quimby. I wish I could say I'm surprised.
Yeah, this has become a bit of a common occurrence for Quimby, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Never Trust a Snake was a gold. I don't think it was a 213, but maybe a 313.
Bested by 6 seconds. Wow.
Damn.
That is a lot.
The poo cutscene skip missed by Quimby. A tournament.
Well, at least this time he wasn't on 123.
It's down in all key demographics.
We
I'll
film these
clobber your
idiotic
knuckles.
bipeds.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Big ratings for foolish earthlings. Ha 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 ha. But you're a very naughty boy.
Apu. Automan. Bart Simpson at your service.
Oh, Bacon.
Does he get the strat he was going for?
Yeah,
Oh, it
I'm not
doesn't
sure if this is a
quite.
console
Oh.
strat or.
Yeah, this is. You can grind him against that wall,
Yeah,
and it's really
right.
fast.
But doesn't
But
look
no,
like
or
it.
almost. It was close in getting it. The premise is like it can grind against the wall and like instantly kill itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems to be stuck, so maybe he can get a wasps here. Yeah, now it gets away, but he got a decent amount of damage. The only good thing here, of course, is the fact that on 50 FPS, the damage done to the armor truck is going to be quite fast.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Statistician Lambton is saying that the only more frequently missed cutscene by somebody is thousands for missed Part 1 cutscenes.
Give it up for America's bad boy. Hey, Kearney.
I'm the only person in the tournament to neither get nor miss a cutscene so far.
Barney. Fine by me.
2 months into the tourney.
Full speed ahead.
Wait, what?
Cool. I'll never lose these love handles.
I withdrew from the group stages, and now I haven't had my pet bracket
Oh, right.
matches.
That's one way to express that.
Yeah, I haven't got or missed a cutscene, the only person.
Mm-hmm.
Lambton, our statistician, lied to us. Apparently Calvin and Falco also have 4 of the same cutscene missed.
Falco has missed Bart 2 4 times. That is interesting. I feel like Bart 2 is the the least common cutscene skip miss.
It's probably the one I've missed the most recently. Ah, yeah, stay hydrated, everybody.
Bacon is going for his.
Oh no!
I don't think that was what he wanted to happen. It looked very cool though.
I mean, he did get the goal. That's surely that's some points.
Yes, vodka counts. Vodka is like more than half water, right? So just like drink twice as much of that as you would water and you'll be fine.
Would you not condone excess drinking here on Sweet Simpsons?
Yeah, don't drink and drive.
Everything in moderation and only if you're of legal age to do so.
Eat asphalt, asphalt eaters.
I'm listed on the every race sub 130 part of the stat sheets. Let's go!
Hey, slower traffic.
Oh no, Bacon missed the first kid.
Oh no,
Asphalt eaters.
that is pretty bad.
Yeah.
My butt hurts. Out of the way, wannabe. Nice driving, man. Give me a sugar fix, please.
Try one of our meat-flavored sandwiches.
Give me something with no nutritional value, please.
For the health conscious, try our new chocolate salad.
Professor you got it. Bart Simpson at your service. I didn't do it. Oh, that
But,
was so cool.
I think that is my favorite stat of the day. Do I just withdraw from a pet bracket and therefore keep that stat?
Time to lay some rubber down.
Also, Quimby, I think he got stuck on the corner and missed the duff truck strat. He's getting the backup. Yeah, not what you want to see.
Jump to light speed.
And now the duff truck's sideways. Okay, but he got all the drops.
Getting the drops is the most important thing about the mission.
That is true. It is the mission objective.
If I show this laser gun to Krusty, he'll have to believe me. Attention cars! 10-year-old Principal Skip. Fine by me. Oh, this is too cool for school.
I'll educate you a new one.
Eat my dust, dust eaters.
So if Bacon gets eliminated after this race, he would have had and gets bar 2 cutscene skip, he would have 8 races with perfect cutscene. Which is pretty impressive, honestly.
I mean, he is on console, so you'd hope that, but
I mean, if Tone Dog couldn't be, you know, perfect, nobody can be perfect.
I mean, you've seen console Apu cutscene skips, right? There's a lot of time to pause.
That is true. Yes, so in any percent it is worth skipping Death Truck because you get Camp Krusty and you get Dam. So the coins there is 100% worth it. And it's like a 1-2x split, so unless you get like a really good strat, technically it's faster, but the coins. Coins. Get 3 wasps and 2 boxes, which...
Yeah, that's a lot of coins.
For sure, for sure. Quimby not failing the easy part of set to kill. The hard part, of course, being boat jump. Oh wait, he's on high FPS.
Alright, that was so cool! Dad,
Piece of cake.
you got it!
Yeah,
What kind
Globex
of-
set to kill. No, Globex boat jump is hard, but
Is it? I guess it depends on your FPS.
on 60, sometimes a pole exists, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
You
on
never
60.
know. You never quite know if a pole is going to exist until you go for it.
Cow, man. Whoa, wicked!
Hey, what's up with that?
Because it's perfectly viable as long as a pole exists. And sometimes it just chooses to not be a pole.
Bacon gets stuffed truck. Very nice. And Quimby gets bar 2 cutscene skip. So 118.18, I think. So sub 130 definitely still on the cards. Missing Apu cutscene skip has made this race a lot tighter than it was before.
For sure.
Quimby obviously still has a big advantage, but
Oh, Bacon had the wasp thing on for sure.
does that work on
Either that
console?
or maybe. Either that
Okay.
or he was just watching the cycle.
Maybe.
Come back here. Them's our sleeping on board.
Pole or not to pole? That is the question exactly.
Oh, I forgot my mission. Oh,
Oh, that's not a good FMJ for Bacon.
Bacon is a god at backing things up though, which he's 100% proving right here.
Yeah. It's not gonna get the coins, but that was a good FMJ backup.
For sure. It's even more vital that you don't go away from Krusty Lou on console, because otherwise you have to warp and I'm just saying fast.
Yeah.
He's gonna do one cycle.
Oh boy. Okay, well, that works.
the vibrations tickling my feet.
Meanwhile, Quimby is on to 7-2 and started doing 17, so it's gonna be exciting to see if he gets it.
I was practicing this a lot before the stream, just to get it. Yeah, he probably was just watching what's in front of him, Vapo, but I like to believe. Would be funny.
Alright,
To whipping out a GIF,
Quimby is lining up.
and he got it. Tried hard. He's going
Nice.
for it. He's
Yeah,
the heat of glory.
Good. Yeah, oh, he hit the crusty barrier. Unfortunate. Yeah, Bacon
Also,
seems
can
to be
doing
good on
this rad
time.
is, yeah, it's pretty hype.
Yeah.
It makes sense to do it on console just because you can't do boat jump normally.
Mhm.
But that is scary. Like, you've got to be a top tier runner and Vapo to get it.
Right, Quimby has to do 7-3 now. Everybody loves this strat.
On 60, it's legit free.
Yeah, high FPS, not so much. Well, I mean, it's not like it's hard, it's just janky. But this looks good for Quimby. Yeah.
Pretty fast, yeah. I honestly think 7-3 is a bit overrated as a bad mission, but I don't know, that could just be me.
I guess you have like a different relationship with it, whether you play low or high FPS mode.
Yeah, even when I went up to like 138, I think my best 7-3 was on 138. I got like a 47 or something.
Oh wow, okay. But yeah, I'm like, since you played on low FPS before, maybe you know your mindset going into it is different.
Probably. I going into the 7-3s, I never think I could miss this. I always just go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as someone who's always played on high FPS, 7-3 is kind of scary.
Mentality definitely does impact like certain strats in this game.
Yeah.
Case in point, Tone Dog and his parks. One day Tone Dog will be able to park properly. Not sure what day, but one day.
Oh, do we have to hype up the park?
Yes, oh my god, will that park work?
Ooh, this
Oh,
could be a
no.
turning point in the run.
It really could.
Quimby
But-
might have just thrown.
Yeah. He might lose like 5 minutes here on that park alone.
Does get Spooky Greg or Bob. Now, moment of truth. Is it gonna work? Oh my
Oh,
god!
how did
no
that
way!
work?
Let's fucking go!
How did it work? I never would have guessed. Wait, he forgot the waist. Where's the waist?
Oh no! Oh, I really hope he gets lucky somewhere. Oh my god,
Wait.
the Spooky Greg is carrying it. What?
Oh,
I
why
have never
does it-
seen that before. This has never happened.
This has never happened before. I think that's the best line of any marathon. Every time someone does a marathon, you're guaranteed to hear, "I've never seen that before."
Yeah.
Also, I am petrified of Homer 2 poles now.
Oh yeah, they can be quite tricky. Also, is Bacon going? Yeah, Bacon attempting. And oh, part of his car clips through it, but he doesn't get it.
Unfortunate.
This town is going to be take that, Springfield.
So I had my cursor on the screen and it was over Bacon's head, and I was like, wait, why does Bacon have a mouse cursor on his screen? And then I realized
Meanwhile,
Quimby getting out of bounds.
Yeah.
Chicks love it when I do this.
I think he's looking at 128, unless he blows up the waist. And he gets the super speedy return as well. Yeah, like a mid 128. It looks like for Quimby here. Which should secure him the win, given that Bacon is already at 127, like at mid 127, and he's just finishing.
Yeah.
Quimby even gets the jump zone strat in 7.
As I said earlier, like a 127, 128 would be like out of range of what a console runner can realistically get.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's just...
Yeah, Quimby would have to blow up the waist like several times over.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, Bacon is doing this console only strat here. Resetting your car right here. Because there's a road note out of bounds, which is only there on console.
Yeah,
It's
that
getting out
was...
of bounds there very easy. Quimby doing bush strat for the fans. And that's the GG for Quimby. 128-33. Oh yeah, that was a really good homer too from Quimby. That's like a 10:05 or something. Can't be mad about that.
it was a 10:18 according to his splits.
Oh, was it? Oh, well, my math is off then. Oh yeah, my math is off.
8 seconds off his summer best, that's pretty hype.
Yeah.
Summer best is now a 118.52.
Very nice.
Coming to the end of a run ish here now.
Mhm.
Not too much further to go.
I've really got to learn.
Yeah, Quimby, you played decently well. Obviously you missed the cutscene, which is like 220, so that would be a 126.13. Then you like failed sleuthing. That would be around your PB if those two things didn't happen. So yeah, I think you could be happy enough with that.
Yeah. Bacon trying very hard to get bridge clip.
Sometimes on console it just doesn't work. You think like a lower FPS would be easier, but console physics are slightly different. So Quimby will be moving on to face either Slend or winner of Caleb Top Hat. So that'll be an interesting matchup. And unfortunately, our only console runner has been eliminated.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
You really do, but Bacon beat JPEG in this tournament, beat Falco.
Let's make the scene. Oh, I'm going to heaven.
And of course, beat Slater. Losing to Haz and Quimby, nobody to be ashamed of, really.
Yeah, really, just the fact, like, Bacon's performance, given that he was on console, is very impressive.
Sure, he got a world record.
That is true.
First ever time on Sweet Simpsons, so we got a world record, I believe.
Oh, did I do something wrong?
Obviously, all he had to do was PB to get that world record, but it's still a world record.
Look at me, I'm free as a bird. So long, suckers.
And Bacon finishes a 133.18.
GG.
GG.
I smell toad. Eat nuclear death, you effeminate wriggling spacewads! Imagine that, scared of some harmless nuclear waste. So very harmless. Oh, cut your fingernails!
Alright, I believe Quimby's already here. Congratulations.
Cheers.
And GG's to Bacon.
GG's. Bad run.
Yeah, your Homer 1 felt a little sloppy, Bacon.
Nah. Apu was worse, but yeah. Home one lost me like 20 seconds, 25.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't quite get the Apu, not the Apu, the armor trucks right.
Yeah, it happens.
And Quimby, apart from cutscene and sleuthing, that could have potentially PB'd.
Yeah, I played pretty well. I think I got wrecked by a couple of things, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not too upset with how that went. I was kind of tilted when after like 2-2. I lost like 30 seconds.
Apparently my Homer 2 was sub cento. It's kinda neat.
That is pretty good.
That is very speedy. And Quimby's Homer 2 was also very good.
Yeah, I lost a bit of time to 7-2, but sorry,
Right,
like a
right.
10 ping. It's pretty good for me, I think. I think it's like one of my better ones in a run.
Yeah, anything else anyone wants to add?
Just GG.
Yep, GG's.
And a
Yeah,
couple of
pretty
breaks
much.
from the tournament. Till Caleb comes back. Kind of nice.
Alright, then I think we can wrap this up. Next match is at 12 p.m. BST on the 9th of August, so in 3 days. Greenie versus
My birthday,
Finn.
woo!
Woo!
Happy
Ooh,
birthday.
hype. Hype, ooh. And of course, our race needs commentators and race streamers, of course.
As always.
Thank you, Cricket, for coming in and joining me on comms. Thank you, Tilbert, for restreaming, and thank you myself for commentating as always. You know, I was a pleasure.
Well,
Goodbye.
thank you for inviting me on.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Peace,
we
everyone.
will see you guys again in the next race. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.